What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you one of the absolute best passing plays in Madden 19. Absolutely destroys any type of coverage you can throw at it. It's a real pain for the defense to have to deal with. This is actually taken from my Arizona Cardinals ebook, offensive ebook, which you can find on smartmadden.com. This is a free sample play for the channel because, as you guys always know, I always give you guys a little sneak peek inside of the ebook. If you want to purchase the whole ebook, if you like what you see, the link to the standalone ebook will be in the description and in the comments. If you want to join the Smart Madden VIP section, which is a $10 a month subscription, it's the better deal in my opinion, because not only can you get the entire offensive ebook there, but you can get the defensive ebook that me and other guys on the site have worked on. You have defensive stuff, you have money plays, you have access to literally everything on the site. Tons of different formation schemes from different playbooks, so that is the better value. But if you just want the standalone ebook, of course, like I said, the link for that will be in the description and in the comments as well. But without rambling any further, I'm just going to get into the breakdown now. This is actually of the video taken from the actual ebook, so I'm gonna switch over to that video now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I will see you guys next time. That's that setup. Now the next setup, what I do is simply just put A on a streak, and now we're taking advantage of a lot of other things. So first and foremost, this angle route, if they don't use it, you throw it every time, because it's super quick. You can't get sacked. It's so quick, but it gets yards. You have to either user this or you have to shade your coverage underneath. But if you shade your coverage underneath on this play, you're giving up a lot of big play potential, because we have posts, we have a streak going down the middle, we have a corner route. But the great thing is, if you don't shade underneath, I mean, look how far back the zones drop, and you just have all day with this. And that's what's really so tough about this play, because you really have to dictate how the user plays. So that was a bunch of cover 2. Let's just go to, or that was cover 3, excuse me. Let's go to cover 2, just to show you same thing. You're going to get all day against cover 2 as well. Cover 3, you have potential to get more yardage just because there's less, yellow zones in the middle of the field. But you saw there, we still got a solid yard gain. I forgot to put the guy on a streak that time, but it's okay. But we're still getting, in that 8 to 10 yard range no matter what. But this really dictates how our opponent has to play, because we either force them to shade underneath or we force them to have to use that every single play. If we go man, this is going to roast man defense every time. Like, look how lost the guy gets during man. I mean, it's just, the man has literally no shot. So we're forcing our opponents to either play underneath or use that route, which is bad for them because there's other routes in this play. So let's look at, before we do any type of shading, let's just look regular coverage at the other route. So this corner route's really nice. It cuts really short, really sharp. It doesn't go too deep. So like, here's a cover 3 with purple zones. What's going to happen is it's going to get to the outside every time, and you're going to be able to possession catch that on the sideline. You just bullet past it, you possession catch it. It'll get there every time. Now, if they were to play a cover 3 with cloud flats, it's all about just paying attention to how the defense reacts. We're going to notice this time that he's on the outside. So because of that, we dump it down to the flat, and we pick up 5 to 6 yards every single time with that flat. Going to go to the replay really quickly on this one. So you saw last time that we quickly got the outside edge on the defender, but here you can see the defender clearly shoots to the outside. So now that's not a throw we want to make, but that opens up this route right here. So just a lot that they have to think about with this play. Now, if they were to go, cover 2. Now, the interesting thing about this corner route is this corner route can get underneath a cover 2 cloud flat. So watch what happens here. And that's Xavier Rhodes over there, one of the best corners in the game. You can get underneath that route because he's going to be occupied by that post. It's going to take him just deep enough to where you're able to hit this against a cover 2. Every single time. And you would think like, okay, that's just too dangerous, but it's not. You're going to get underneath it every time. Possession catch, he dropped the ball there, but you see, you get underneath him and can possession catch that every time. Now, also versus cover 2, like I've said, of course, you have the, the angle route, but you also have the post route. Now, you have to buy just a little bit of time, but I mean, a huge pocket to hit the post route versus cover 2. Like I'm saying, this is one of the best plays in the game. It's just ridiculous. Now watch like cover 3. Okay, we're shading underneath now. Well, if you shade underneath, the corner route's automatically going to be open. We know that. But you see, they're shading underneath to stop this route here. Okay, so we're just letting the play run out. So we're going to go to the replay here. I want to just show you like what's developing on the play. So you can, even with the underneath shade, you can try to fit this in quick, like right here. Now, the only issue is obviously limited yards. You're going to get 4 to 5 yards, which isn't terrible. 4 to 5 yards on any given play is fine, especially on early downs. But you have the risk of getting hit really quickly and then dropping the ball. So you can fit this in quick. It's just a little riskier. But notice, like I said, the wide open corner route, and then you have the post right here that you can throw in this window. So if they shade underneath because of that angle route, they're opening up way too much against a cover 3. So let's go back to it. Shade underneath. Again, just streak the tight end. That's all we have to do. So, I mean, off top, okay. I mean, that's an easy dot. Possession, catch it, sideline, easy money. Again, shade underneath. And you're going to see we're going to have the post. And, I mean, that was a bad throw, but you see the pocket is there for the post. Now, like I said, you can try to squeeze this angle route in. It's a little risky. You can try to squeeze it in, like so. It's still 5 yards. And you might say, like, oh, okay, I don't want to make that throw. No, I wouldn't recommend that throw. I would still, if you see that they're playing shallow, look for the post and the corner because it's more yards, and it's not really developing that much later anyway. But I'm just saying, if you accidentally make the wrong read and you throw it down low, that route is still so good that it's going to get to that 5-yard mark against a cover 3. So it's even if you make the wrong read there, you're still not in terrible shape, is what I'm saying. It's something that they really have to use. Cover 2, shade underneath, same thing. We shaded that cover 2 underneath, and look what happened with that route. It's amazing how good it is. Look, again, it's underneath coverage. We have hard flats on the field. Again, we're just streaking the tight end because that mid-read's still going to drop too far back. And now that guy just knocked the ball out there, but we'll run it again. The mid-read dropped so far back this year because, well, that was cover 3. Hold on. Go back to cover 2. Shade underneath. Because last year the mid-reads didn't drop far back enough, and they made them do that this year. So in this instance, even against underneath shade, it's wide open. You pretty much have to use this, and that's what makes this setup so tough. Now again, shaded underneath cover 2. Now this is what else is going to happen. This takes a little bit longer to develop, but you have this down the seam now. Because yes, the mid-read is going to drop back for a little bit, but then it's going to eventually start creeping back up. You're going to have that. Obviously, if you shade underneath, you're still going to be able to hit the post and the corner. I mean, underneath cover 2 against this play pretty much leaves everything open but the wide flat route. So this is just an amazing play. This is one of my favorite setups for this play, but we still have more. So now let's switch to this hash.